Alright. I'm not really sure if I'm in shot. But how's it going? You alright? As I say, it's another episode where we're hanging out. Got my phone going off and stuff going on. This sort of chilling session is sort of what I want to talk to you about is do you know that sometimes when you feel like things are going wrong all the time, you could probably, per instance, just you know those things in your life where things aren't going right all the time. Like for me right now, I don't have the funds to get my own place at the minute. The debt and stuff like that. I don't have sort of the lifestyle I want to live. I'm made, in a way, I'm made to work at a place that, it doesn't fill me with as much value as I could get, if I was doing this full time, obviously. And certain situations in my life are nowhere near what I want them to be. And you'll probably find a lot of the times in your life, like, that you're just not living what you thought you would be. That you're not fitting that core template I always talk about, that you're not actually who you want to be, living the life you want to be, doing the things you want to do. And you might even be setting up goals towards it and stuff. And that's alright, like, have your goals, work hard. Do what you need to do to get there. But at the same time, like, you can't really escape how you feel, like, in this moment. All the strategies I teach you, it's fantastic. It really can get you out of that emotion, get you out of that state. But what I'm talking about is the current circumstances surrounding you. Sometimes you're going to have bad days and you're just going to feel really down. And it's like, in those moments, you really need to, as I say, capture the thoughts. But what I'm trying to say is you need to reallocate what you're focusing on and just be like, look, I don't have all these things that I thought I'd have. But in my case recently, what it's been is the thing I thought I wanted, I realised that if I got it, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Sort of like the Joker in The Dark Knight, like, oh, my dog chasing cars. And that was it. My goals were so huge. And I set this constraint on myself that was so pretty much impossible. Looking at outside in, didn't seem impossible. To me, that is. So I can be a bit strange sometimes, a bit over optimistic. But the thing is, I thought about it and I thought, look, if I actually got, all these goals and stuff I wanted, if I woke up tomorrow and I had them, what would that change? What would I do with it all? You know what I mean? And genuinely, it was sort of, well, I wouldn't do too much. I'd want my own little place. Everyone wants their own little space. I want, a bit of freedom in the mornings to do what I want to do. If I hopefully want a family and stuff like that. I've talked to you about all this kind of stuff. Don't worry, it's just a normal cough. And I thought about it and I thought I was aiming way too high, because if I actually got all the things that I said I'd want, I just don't think I'd be grounded enough to sort of understand what to do with it and how to appreciate it and how to use it properly. I don't think I'd be ready to take that next step if it was presented to me right now, and I've got a lot of growing that goes along with it. As I said, one of my goals is to be a multimillionaire, and it's like, well, what does that mean exactly? Because I've spent so many years without having anything left at the end of the month, and a lot of it through just paying stuff off, that didn't fulfill me. I made some mistakes. I didn't have jobs, so I used debt to cover my wage for a few months, stuff like that. And you get lost in this moment of, I've never got anything left for me, really. I'm wearing the same clothes I've worn for years, maybe. Or obviously charity shops, nothing wrong with that. Some great finds there, like. And it's very rare that I spend stuff on myself. So imagine going from that to a multimillionaire, which I'm not, don't worry. How could that affect me? What would I do differently? What would I become? As I said, this is a talk between us both. This is sort of like a counselling session for me as well, to get things off my chest. But it's important for you to look at yourself and go, right, I've set these huge goals. Maybe I want my own farm, you know, a huge farm with loads of animals on it, and live off the land. But what if you woke up tomorrow and you had all that, and you had to get up at 3 a.m? You had to go whatever, do the ploughing, do the fields, do whatever. You know, you had to look after all the animals, shoveling shit. You had to do all those things. Like, suddenly, that dream that you had, you just wasn't prepared for. And it's sort of great to go after these massive goals and really push yourself. But what you've also got to understand is, are you ready for that achievement? Are you deserving of that achievement? Could you handle it? You know, if you got it. And that sort of grounded me a lot, in that I looked at it and said, it wouldn't actually take me much to be, you know, financially rich for me, because I'm used to having nothing. So anything that comes my way, I'd be like, oh, that's great, you know, awesome. So what are you going to do with that? Oh, I might get maybe a nice suit, charity shop, or a friend make it. Oh, well, what about money? Do you want games? No, I don't really want games. Fast car? No, I'm not really into cars. Do you want a mortgage? Oh, you could get a big house. No, I'm not into being stuck in one place. Oh, what about some real nice branded clothes? Nah, I'm not into clothes. Go for a nice meal, maybe. I'll probably go for somewhere like 20 quid with a few friends. That's what you'd want to do. And it just goes to show that it's sort of, I wouldn't do much with it outside of helping people, other than maybe experience the world. I think that's the only fee I'd be, you know, allowing myself to have, is to eat a bit healthier, which I could do, I'm just being lazy. Or travel and go places I've never been, and see things I've never seen, and meet some incredible, like, interesting people. And that is something I'm going to save up and work towards, to have that, you know, finally have things for me. But again, this is sort of, you might be feeling really down because you've not got what you want. So what I'm asking you to do is sort of counterproductive of what I always say. You know, keep your eyes on your dreams, make sure you're working hard, make sure you're ignoring the empty thoughts and stuff like that. I am right, that is correct, but if you got everything you wanted, like tomorrow you woke up and it was all there, perfect husbands next to you, or wife, or, you know, partner, kids are running in, pets are there, you've got the farm or whatever you want, you've got the big mansion or whatever you're after, or LA building, you know, the top, you're this top banker, or you're this top person in this industry, and everyone loves you and stuff. Do you think the person you are now would be able to handle all of that tomorrow? All the negativity that comes with it, all the hard work that comes with it. Maybe you could handle spending the money. I know a lot of you could. I definitely could, probably. I'd probably, yeah. I say I don't want much, but you sort of go out, you with others, you start spending on others, you never know, you know what I mean? It can go down fast. Taking bad investments and stuff like that. But what you could do is sort of look at that person who you'd need to be in that situation, or figure out them solutions you need in that situation, to say, look, to actually run this dream thing I've got to find someone I can hire, or I've got to find, you know, myself grounded when I have funding, when I have money coming in. I need to make sure I can manage that, what I've got now, so that I can be given more and trusted with more. I need to make sure that I'm working enough on myself so that I don't get greedy, or I don't get jealous, or I don't get addicted or overwhelmed. For me recently is I've actually moved from my normal traditional smartphone, where, you know, you can all message me all anytime you want, and I've moved to a dumb phone. So this, again, any of you guys need to talk to me or call me, anyone who's got this number, you're going to get answered to straight away. You know what I mean? This is going to be on me all the time. Someone needs me. This is what they're going to text. Someone needs to call. They can call. I'll be right there. The smartphone, however, has only got allocated time for the day. Why? Why do this? Well, it's that preparation again. If I can't be disciplined to not mess around on my phone, then I don't deserve to run things, you know, as like a successful business, or to run a care, you know, mental health stability company where people are needing my time, and instead I'm, you know, I need to get out the addiction of social media, in the sense of it, because it is an addiction. You know, it releases dopamine when you check a message. That obviously makes you want to have more messages, so sometimes you'll post more online, stuff like that, blah blah blah. There's great analogies for it. You know, if you wake up and the first thing you do is check your phone, then you've got a problem. You know what I mean? If you don't think about life first, or have a coffee, or just, you know, enjoy yourself first, rather than going, who's texting me, who messages me? Like, that's an addiction. It's like someone getting up and grabbing a bottle and drinking, or having a smoke as soon as they get up. It's the same thing. So that's what I'm doing at the minute. I'm just experimenting with, you know, can I move out of that things that sort of running me. I want to be running my life, so what's running me? And with that, I'm actually becoming more grounded, as I said. That thought process of, well, if I did get these things that I wanted, I'd be so overwhelmed with all of it. I don't know where to start. I've not actually prepped for it. I mean, I'd be ready, like emotionally ready, as, yeah, I'm ready to take this on, but if it was actually lying right in front of me, what would I do? Where's the first step, you know? Maybe that's something I'll entertain and do a little write-up of what I'd do bit by bit, step by step, to make sure it's all manageable and I don't lose my head. Keep myself grounded. But look, this is just sort of us connecting and me getting to know you and you getting to know me, and just saying that you might be overwhelmed now because you don't have what you want, but don't let it break you, because you might not be ready to have all the things you want. You just might not. And I think when you know that, sort of, it takes a lot of the pressure of having all these things, because then you go, even if I got it, that wouldn't satisfy me, because I wouldn't know what to do with it. It'd be so much more problems. Okay, where would I be happy? Where you could be happy is a simpler life, you know. These problems not running around your head every day, and you just having a job you can go to, do and go home, and not have to stress about it when you get home. Or overcoming that anxiety of, talking to this person, or doing a live broadcast, or working on my own passions, you know, and just making it simpler, where it's sort of the Zen, if you've heard of Zen, or Lao Tzu, you know, the way. I can't remember what it's actually called. Taoism, that's the one. Tao into it, the way is Taoism. And it's just about being. That's it, just being. You know, being in the moment, you know, being still, not letting your emotions run you, instead just run with it. But that's just one thing I'm looking into recently, and it's good for us to have this conversation, to maybe you say, I'm being a bit hard on myself. What do you reckon? Have you been a bit hard on yourself? Yeah, it's alright, isn't it? But, as I say, other people's expectations don't define who you are. Just because they want you to live a certain way doesn't mean that way will make you happy. Doesn't mean that's how you have to live. And what you need to know is, it's up to you. It's your core template that you're building. It's up to you to say, look, I want this for my life. Like, this is going to be what I want, and this is how I want to live. And it doesn't matter about everyone else's opinion, because my way of living, you know, is this. It's this formula. It's this philosophy. as long as you're not hurting anyone else and you're doing what you're passionate about, and if even better, if you're helping other people, then you've pretty much made it, you know. And you can escape the enemy within, you know, the enemy inside your head. You can escape that and live in sort of a zen of just enjoying your own company, enjoying others, appreciation rather than expectation, you know. You'll sort of, yeah, that could be success in itself. You might only be 3-4 steps away from being ultimately successful and happy. So yeah, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Yeah, understand that you're never going to have everything, and that's cool, because when people have everything they usually get egotistical as well, and they don't check themselves. So at least we're being checked. Yeah, at least we're being tested. Maybe a bit too far, I know. It's a bit of a pain in it when you get pushed more than you deserve. But look, you know, let's try and take the good things out of life and just say, for now, I'm going to stop putting as much pressure on myself. I'm going to live in the moment of things. I'm going to escape these negative thought processes, these empty thoughts, and I'm just going to say, look, this is where I am now. I sort of want to be here, in between mega success and a nice smooth rolling zone. This is where I am, and this is where I want to be. That's my next step, my yearly goal, you know, that yearly goal sort of thing. And as long as you've got progression, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself anyway. So, as always, it's been cool to catch up. Like, that's just some of the things I've been thinking about, but some of the things you might want to think about as well. And I'm about to go online with some of the guys. So again, enjoying life, you know, being carefree for a few hours, having a laugh. That's important too, which I've put off for a very long time. So it's really good to get back to my roots. Thanks for coming round. We can sort of say this is you coming round now. I think from now on I'll literally talk to you like you're here, because that's what you deserve, you know what I mean? Like, you are here, in a sense. So thanks for coming around, because this means the world. Like, that I get someone to speak to as well, and that I can just throw ideas off you, and you can come back to me and say, look, I've been going through this and I'm really struggling. And you can literally boop, 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 you know, find out what my number is, and bang, you're through to me. And it's like, hey man, what's up? What's going on? You know, done for. Not a sponsor. So yeah, just don't be too hard on yourself. And thanks for supporting me again, because doing all this and trying to live in defeat as I am doing, as well as previous mental issues that I've had, mental stability issues, and full-time work, and trying to keep a social life, and trying to keep fit, trying to get a love life, all this kind of madness. It's just good to have some people to talk to, and you might be afraid to reach out and talk to people, so consider this us talking to each other. I know what you're going through, and you're not alone. It's okay to feel sad sometimes, so just take a big breath in, big breath out, ring a friend. If you don't want to feel like you're bothering them, tell them you just miss the voice. They won't mind that. Thanks again. Catch you soon, yeah? Sweet.